Hi everyone, this is Valerie Evans with Forensic Astrologer, and welcome to my channel focused on the coronavirus. Please subscribe below and feel free to look through my website with all the resources you need to analyze a crime chart, and that's forensicastrologer.com. You can also refer to my book, Forensic Astrology 101, using timestamps to investigate unsolved mysteries. So let's begin. Today, we're analyzing the coronavirus event chart. We're not sure if we should call it a crime chart, so we'll refer to it as an event chart for now. By the end of this demo, I'm going to tell you if I think, based on this chart, if there was a crime, if bioterrorism is a factor, and who should be accountable. We'll head on over to AstroSeek and plug in the information just as you would a birth chart. And what information do you need? In forensic astrology, you'll need a timestamp. And as I said in my book, you can look at any crime and find information as long as the timestamp and the location are correct. There are different methods to finding a good timestamp, but today we'll look at the day the coronavirus announcement was originally published in the Wall Street Journal. So we plugged in the 8th of January at 8:30 p.m. Hong Kong, and you'll want to go over to custom graphics, and that will show you the degrees. And you'll also want to go to this link here that says extended settings, and you're going to click on the minor aspects, which can give you additional insight. And there's the chart. And we'll go over to the page on my site, and you'll just click Analyze. And I just put some notes on the chart. And we're going to look at the angles to find information first. And the angles are here: ascendant, the MC, descendant, and the IC. And they're the strongest points of the chart. So whatever is placed on the angles will also be very strong, meaning you'll see strong indications and themes. All right, so let's look at the ascendant. It's placed in Leo. Leo can represent royalty, crown, a party, family, and it can also represent corona, which means crown. And at 22 degrees, that represents the kill or be killed degree. It can mean in crime charts very destructive energy. So this, I believe, is a good representation of the chart, so I feel confident about analyzing it. The ascendant describes what's going on at the moment of the crime and what the victim or victims are experiencing. And with Leo meaning corona and 22 to be killed or to kill, I believe it represents the corona killer. So the next step is to find in the chart the ruling planet of the zodiac sign you're analyzing. Here's what houses the ascendant, and that is the sun, which is the lord of Leo. So you're going to look for the sun in the chart over here. And sure enough, it's in the 5th house, traditionally a Leo house. The sun in crime charts means a killer, but here it can also mean someone in power. In the 5th house, it may represent a party or a party in power. An event chart, you'll find, is very literal. We'll want to continue reading the 5th house to get more information. But let's wait and look at the descendant and the 7th house, which represents the enemy. The descendant is in Aquarius, and the 7th house has Venus right there on the angle. This makes Venus one of the most, if not the most powerful planet in this chart. Venus, at the Aquarius degree, may represent females who shock, who interrupt or invent, or anything Uranus related, since Uranus rules Aquarius. I translate this to what is in enemy territory. It's not always the enemy itself. And that is females who are thinking outside the box, who are tech experts, coders, or activists. So it's a revolutionary energy, and it's beckoning, and it's female, which is interesting. All right, now we'll look at Pluto. And Pluto is conjunct, meaning right next to, within 1 degree of Venus. Very powerful energy. And it shows, in my opinion, incredible female power. What do the females want, we wonder? And we look to Pluto at 22 degrees in Capricorn, which means they may possibly want death to the government structure, as Capricorn means the government. And I believe they will achieve that looking at the power of Venus. Very powerful. Since we're already looking at the 7th house, let's look and see what else is in the enemy's domain. Neptune. Since it's the next planet after Venus, that can represent women in disguise, as Neptune can be deceptive or disguised. And since it's in Aquarius, women disguised on the internet. Aquarius can mean the internet. At 16 degrees, that's the Cancer degree, or the domestic degree, it might represent a hidden domestic virus created by the open enemy. It's hidden because it's in Pisces. Pisces likes to hide. And since Neptune, now remember, Neptune also can mean disease. So it can be a hidden disease. So since Neptune shares the house with Venus, it can mean domestic female activists that are hidden. Cancer means public. So it could represent a public poisoning or a viral agent. Remember, Pisces and Neptune also mean deception. So this virus is not by accident or a product of nature by any means, in my opinion. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that females or a female scientist had anything to do with the virus, but they are in the enemy's house, meaning that's what is around the enemy right now. We'll look at the planet Ketu because that represents virus. It is extremely powerful since it is conjunct Jupiter at 8 degrees. So here we have Ketu. It's right here. And it may have been added to the food cycle, according to this. And that's represented by Taurus. And let's see here. So Ketu is connected here to Uranus and Taurus. And so there's where the food cycle is right there. Now, what I believe is, and it hasn't really come into the public yet, but I believe it will affect a lot of children, since children is represented by Jupiter. I think more deaths of children will be revealed, and I hope that's not the case. The 5th house is also high school kids, so it really affects them, and that stellium of 5 planets in one house. Amazing. Uranus is an elevated planet. It's way up here and close to an angle, which also gives it strength. It's close here. 8 degrees can also mean pregnancy. So there could be a big threat to pregnant women. And this is Jupiter, 8 degrees right here. So it's all connected here. Or just a shock. And Uranus can also mean a nervous. So it may not mean that much to pregnant women, just that they are nervous about what's going to be happening. But we have already seen some terrible cases of pregnant women being affected. So next I want to call your attention to Uranus here. And this could mean scientist at 2 degrees, reflecting the best of something. And in Taurus, that means the world's best. 9 degrees, or the 9th house, can mean foreign. So if you combine all of that together, you can potentially see that it could work out to the world's best scientist. And that person could be responsible for this virus. I do believe that this has an expression of bioterrorism. Did a crime occur? I think this chart affirms that. So let's go on to my prediction. And that is, I think a powerful female scientist will invent a vaccine, and that it might use an alternative method. And the use of UV light has been in the mainstream media, and I think that might be incorporated somehow. Venus is square here to K2. You can see that red line, it means a square. And I think that means that a woman is blocking the virus. So Venus is even more powerful than the virus since it's on an angle. And I think that these women will have the upper hand, female scientists. I think that could be one possibility. Or it's possible that the female scientists will struggle with working with the virus. Um, so the energy could go either way. That the virus might not affect the activists or females so much, or the female scientists will have trouble locating the virus. Either way, there's some stress there. Sometimes these things don't make sense, but as time goes by, things get revealed and it explains it. In crime charts, we look at Rahu to find out who lied. And here it is in the 11th house. It's a Uranus house, traditionally ruled by Aquarius, and it's in Cancer. So Cancer means domestic, and with 11 degrees meaning network, it could mean domestic science network lied. Domestic here, I believe, means China, and where the virus was first discovered. At 7 degrees, that represents an Asian person because it's the Libra degree, and Libra means Asian. So imagine this shows an Asian scientist lied. The 11th house is the science and engineering house since it's ruled traditionally by Uranus. So let's go over to the all-important 8th house in crime charts. You've got a lot of planets here, a lot of energy there, and of course 8th house means death. And Aries is one of the fastest signs in the zodiac, and means, when you see a planet in a crime chart, you'll know if it's in Aries that something happened very fast. Now here with Chiron at 1 degree, showing the most potent part of the sign, 1 degree is potent. That can represent the fastest wound and showing that people die, 8th house, really fast. 1 degree in Aries. So then we're going to go to the Black Moon Lilith, often associated with the killer's desire. The means or the desire to kill. And that can be hidden communication because of Pisces. The Gemini degree, which is 27, could also mean that it's a local. Gemini means local. And it's in Pisces. So it could be a local water source that they should look at to get more information. I also believe that people may be getting sick because of the water, since point of fortune shows foreign water right here. 21 degrees means foreign, and Pisces means water. So just remember that. I do think that water will come out. The most confusing part of these charts can be that 2 planets can mean almost the same thing. So for instance, Neptune is disease, but K2 means virus. You can use that to your advantage by getting more specific information if you look at the indicators for both. The chart does this just to give you a more diverse set of indicators to help you solve the puzzle. So there may be double the amount of information or details if you have 2 planets that show disease and a virus. So I hope that helps, and you can read more about this chart and learn about how to discover new things on cold and active cases by visiting my site. Again, it's forensicastrologer.com. And stay tuned for more analysis and continued monitoring of the coronavirus. Thanks for watching.